We will draw front view, top view and right side view of the object shown here. In the front view, we'll be able to see the base as a rectangle of 50 by 10 millimeters, and above that we are able to see this rectangular surface of 35 minus 10, that is 25 millimeter height, and this much length, this is 125 minus 50, that is a 75 millimeters rectangle, and then one more rectangle attached to that, adjacent to that, of width 50 millimeters and height is equal to again 35 minus 10, that is 25. So we'll start with line. Draw a rectangle of 10. Enter. (10 by 50). So that is the base. Then above that we have to draw the rectangle of 25 by 75. by 75, 25 and to the end of this line. So that is the rectangle. Next we have to draw another rectangle of 25 by 50. (50) 25 and close it. So that's it. And here there are two vertical edges here, one vertical edge here and another vertical edge here at this corner. They are at a distance of 50 minus 37, that is 13 millimeters from this end, and they are not visible. So we have to draw a vertical line which is hidden. So line from here 13 millimeters to the left, and then a vertical line trim this portion, and this line must be a hidden line. So a hidden line. So that completes the front view. Now we have to draw the top view. In the top view, we'll be able to see this top surface completely as one surface, and adjacent to that we'll be able to see the base, top surface of the base, half on this side and half on this side. So line from here we take a clue, and width is 12 millimeters. This is 75, and then on this side it is 45 minus 12. 45 minus 12, it will be 33, and half of that is 16.5. 16.5. Enter, and you should go all the way 50 millimeters and come down by 45 minus 25, that is 20, and half of that is 10 millimeters, and here you must come by 37 millimeters. Enter, and then come down by 25 millimeters, go up to the left by 37 millimeters, and then by 10 millimeters, this length by 50 millimeters, okay, and then 16.5 millimeters, 16.5 millimeters, and length of 75 millimeters, and then close it. So that is the top surface of that fork-like structure. Then by the side of this, on this side and on this side, you must draw the base, and that will be 75 minus 12, that is 63. 63, half of that will be 31.5 on either side. So thirty 1.5, 31.5, enter, and this is 50 millimeters. Close on this and start from here, and this will be 31.5, enter. This distance is 50 millimeters, enter, and close on this. Okay, now it is getting very close here. I can move it very easily, but you have to be careful when you start the top view. So best thing is to draw this rectangle first and then draw this later. And there is one unnecessary line here, we have to trim that. Select this and delete it. Okay, and then this one. Okay, I will modify, move base point and some distance here. Okay, escape. This line has been moved, we'll put it back. Correct it. So this is front view and this is top view. Now we'll draw the right side view. In the right side view we are able to see this inverted T, and by the side of that we are able to see this rectangle and this rectangle here, and these hidden lines will not be visible. Okay, they are at a distance of 10 millimeters on either side. Okay, so first we draw the base, which is 75 by 10 line. Take clue here, 75 by 10, 75, and close it. Now we have to draw 12 by 25. Okay, draw the midpoint of this 6 millimeters. Enter. Go up by 25 millimeters, to the left by 12 millimeters, and down by 25 millimeters. So that is the inverted this thing, and then trim, escape, remove this line, then go to trim, select all, trim this portion, that is inverted T. Now we have to draw those two rectangles by the side of this upper portion of T. The dimensions will be 45, 22 and half, 22 and half from the center. Okay, and okay, so from the center to 22 and half, 22.5, enter, come down by 25. Okay, go to this by 45 and go up by 25 and to the back here. So that is the two rectangles, this and this on either side. Now we have to mark those hidden edges there. So line from this will come to the right by 10 millimeters and then come down here. You just draw a long line and it can be trimmed. Again repeat line from this end to the left by 10 millimeters and then come down. Then it can be trimmed. Trim this and trim this, trim this and trim this, and make these two lines dotted. So for that okay, escape, match properties of this to this line and to this line, enter, undo, it is wrong. Okay, recent inputs, match properties of this to this line and to this line. So that completes the drawing. Now we have to write dimensions. For writing dimensions, we write dim linear between this point and this point 25, between this point and this point it is 45, this dimension is 50 millimeters, and between this point and this point it is 75 millimeters, and between this point and this point it is 12 millimeters, and this length is 60 millimeters. .35 millimeters. Okay, and this dimension we have to give. Okay, that we have to give. .37 millimeters given. This is also given. Width is given. All the dimensions are written: 37, 25, 12, 75, 10 is written, 35 is written. So like that you must check all the dimensions whether they are written or not. Okay, total dimension, overall dimension 125 we have to write. So that we will write in the top view there, and the front view, right dimension from this end to this end it is 125. Okay, escape. Now we have to assign weight, line weight. So select one line, properties, line weight, make it 0.5, close this, show line weight, send input, match properties of this to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. What happened? We'll remove this dimension first, then match its properties of this to this, and then write the dimension. Send input, dim linear, linear between this point and this point, right dimension. Okay, note that when we assign line weight to this line, it is no more looking like a dashed line. So we'll select that, make its properties a little lighter so that it looks like a dashed line. We'll make it some 0.3, okay, and then close it, escape. Still it is not. Delete line, keep it thin. Okay, so that completes the drawing. Notice that there is one edge which is not visible in the top view as well as in the side view. That is the small portion of this edge which is below this vertical structure. So we have to mark it with dashed lines from the end of this to the end of this line, and also from the end of this line to the end of this line, and match its properties to this, to this, and to this. Also, because this object is symmetrical about this vertical plane, draw a center line in the top view and also a center line in the side view as shown.